So who should be the next president of South Africa? I'm sure you all have your ideas. Do you want to volunteer some names? Don't embarrass yourself. We often ask the wrong questions, because that's the wrong question to ask. Isn't it more appropriate to ask the question, what attributes should the next leader for South Africa be? And why? And wouldn't you like to know that the next leader is prepared to die for you, as our father Nelson Mandela said? And so, I want to share this story about leadership beyond stewardship. And this is the wrong presentation that they put up here, because that's not the right slide. But let me talk to you anyway. Imagine you walk into a new job excited, and the first briefing you have, you find out that your company faces a R1 billion civil suit and 21 criminal charges. And that's your first assignment. And so, this relates to a well-publicized matter called life care. A lot more detail about this in the story I tell. But in essence, it was about a financial arrangement that effectively robbed pensioners of money, and they were unsuspecting that this was being done. It was unethical, it was unconscionable. And so, in the first engagement, we realized that this is an indefensible matter. And so we should not be defending ourselves, we should be doing the right thing. And what it really is, it's about placing the interests of those whom you purport to be serving ahead of your own interest. And to be prepared to do that, and even prepared to die for it, if that's what's required. And so the story was from a news headline that says it's time for Alexander Forbes to make things right, to a publication a few months later saying, Alexander Forbes have made things right. And started the journey of transforming, there's the right slide, transforming the culture, the ethos, the reputation of the organization, and ultimately attracting significant investment from foreigners to relist the company in 2014. So the key insights that I go deep dive in the story is, why do we think companies behave in such an uncaring manner? Well, very often it's because of the pursuit of short-term gains, and often at the expense of true, meaningful, impactful development. Secondly, it is about a leadership that reinforces uncaring behavior by an every man for himself. It is about suspending the greater good at the pursuit of narrow self-interest. And thirdly, when we reflect upon how leadership can foster genuine care, that's where I bring over 30 years of experience as a leader, a scholar, and a teacher to formulate a thinking about a leadership approach which I called beyond leadership to stewardship. So what is stewardship and why does it matter? Well, essentially, it's fundamentally a regard for holding the trust of something that is not yours. Secondly, it is about having a true sense that leadership is an inordinate privilege and not a sense of entitlement, neither a sense of self-importance. And lastly, it is about placing the interests of others ahead of oneself. So in summary, I share that steward leaders have 6 eyes. The first is they have a genuine concern for impact. They are constantly mindful of the impact that their leadership behavior has on others. Secondly, they have clarity of intent. They understand that they want to have positive impact. They accept that they have to create an organization that can commit to that intent. Thirdly, they inspire positive action. Not everyone is always ready to go. People become despair, they lose hope, they grow tired, and to re-energize is an important aspect of that leader. Thirdly, they are disbelievers, and steward leaders accept that, and they persuade those to believe. They provide insight of the goal continuously, and they nurture continuous interdependency. So I hope that my story will firstly inspire those of you who listen to it to your best and highest self, and ultimately to accept the challenge of a leadership beyond leadership to true stewardship. Thank you.